Hello. Um, First of all, thank you for all the messages that you've been sending. It's really been really cool. Um, you know, I will get into it as we go on in months. Um, at the moment, quite hard to speak about the situation here and what's been going on and things like that. But rest assured, I am fine. Um, Thank you for sticking with the channel. We are well over 1,000 subs, and that makes me emotional, I have to say. So I thought I'd just hit you with this video, and I'm going to carry on with these little videos every now and again, just to make sure that you guys have, contact with me. You know I'm still around. The channel's not going anywhere. Okay, it's not. I'm going to continue to work on it. I'm going to continue to do new stuff. We've got a brand new PC. We can generally play any game that we want and stream it. We can do anything that we want. So the sky's the limit right now. I will be in the United States for the next probably 2 months. So we're looking at June, mid-June, when I'm going to be heading out. Could be a bit later than that, depending on living situations and things like that in the UK. But we got time to sort that out. So I will discuss it as we move on in the months. But right now, just rest assured, it's not that interesting as a story, to be honest with you. It's just general human stuff. There's nothing spectacular has gone on. Heartbreaking stuff, but nothing spectacular. So, moving on. I've received quite a lot of... Every single comment that's been given into the channel, I've seen. And... in terms of feedback, it's been brilliant. There've been a few people who've been saying, you get hate, and that's fine by me. I can stand up to that. I really don't give a shit, to be honest with you. One thing people have said is that, I hate Ultramarines. You must really hate Ultramarines. I hate them. This is the person talking to me. I hate them. You must really hate them. And that's what I wanted to discuss. I don't hate them. Okay? They're the poster boys for the hobby for a reason. They're big blue boys. They look like good guys. And that's fair enough. The problem I have with Ultramarines is that they're not very interesting. Now, that's no fault of the Ultramarines themselves. In fact, their Horus Heresy story is incredibly interesting. The fact that they can't make it to Terra, that's one of the big tragedies of the entire setting, is that if they were there, things would have gone very differently. And I liked Gilliman's interactions with all of his brothers in the novels too. That was a really good, a really fantastic way of bringing it about. I love his interaction with Lorgar when Lorgar almost knocks his ass out. That's pretty cool, and it shows that he's not infallible. And I really like the fact that the Games Workshop or at least the writers have started to lean into this low-key arrogance that the Ultramarines have in who they are, and that they're the best of the best of the best. These are like but they're not really. Do you know what I mean? I would equate them to Delta Force. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, there's Delta Force, but then there's all these other things like at the SAS and things like that. That they're not. It'd be very interesting to see who would win in a fight, but that doesn't mean you're the best automatically, right? You're very good at what you do, and I like that. I like the fact that Games Workshop are leaning into that. Almost aggressive arrogance of the Ultramarines. I like that very much. The problem I have with them is in the 41st millennium. In general, the Ultramarines are not very interesting. They are a force that is ever rigid. It is ever by the Codex Astartes. It is ever, yes, honourable battle brother, no, honourable battle brother. It is very by the line. They're not edgy. They don't swear. They don't kill innocents if they can. And here is the thing, right? The salamanders don't kill innocents, for instance, but they're interesting. They have an interesting aesthetic. Okay, they're smiths, and they have lots of flame and sigils, and their Primarch is very interesting. He's a perpetual, right? He keeps coming back from the dead. Gilliman is just Julius Caesar in space. That's literally what he is. He's just a guy who knows how to rule an empire extremely well. He knows how to organize an empire extremely well. I was one of the people when they brought Gilliman back, because I was a part of the company at this time, who completely supported Gilliman coming back. as the one who was chosen to come back. In any meeting we had, staff-wise, discussing this, and any training that we had, I was one of the ones who'd back up that decision. Because if the Imperium's going to be assaulted from all sides by, like, Xenos and demons, and if you're going to have this great rift there that's going to nearly annihilate everybody and turn half the galaxy into this hellhole, which is almost unsalvageable, then Gilliman's the guy you want. He's the only guy who could hold this together. If you brought back, say, Dawn, I mean, similar. He may be able to hold back parts of it, but he would just be rushing around doing sieges all the time. You know, he'd be rushing around, and Dawn's furious too. He's a lot more angry than Gilliman is. I mean, look at the Black Templars, right? He's a lot more angry than Gilliman is. He would be striding into people. He'd probably already be dead, because he would have fought Magnus and Mortarion at the same time and ended up dying again, you know. So Gilliman's pretty much the only guy. I mean the Khan, really? I mean, the Khan's my favourite Primarch, but to hold together an empire, no. You send the Khan at the enemy. You send him to harry them and make sure that they have no respite and things like that, right? Russ, no, again, Russ is someone who you send after the big heroes. You send him to cut the head off the snake, sort of a thing. Gilliman's the only one they could have brought back, quite simply, to hold the empire, hold the Imperium together. It's how they've treated him since then that I don't like. What I'm saying there is, every single conflict that is occurring, every single thing that has happened, Gilliman resolves. The Ultramarines end up coming in and resolving. Look at the Shield of Baal, okay? The Shield of Baal campaign looked like it was going to be so interesting. It looked like we were actually might even getting a tease of Sanguinius coming back, right? And that was awesome. But what happens at the end of that? So there's this huge Tyranid fleet. The entire Hive fleet is smashing down Baal, right? It's getting rid of Baal. And the Blood Angels have sort of done their last wall protocol, right? So everyone's there fighting away, and everyone's doing really well. And people are dying left, right, and centre. And just when you think, in the Shield of Baal book, just when you think Sanguinius may be coming back, who turns up? The Ultramarines. And Captain Boring himself, Mr. Yes Sir, Gilliman, turns up and resolves the plot as some sort of Deus Ex Machina person. Again, nothing against Ultramarines, but that's boring. And that's stealing. Any wrestling fans that I have on the channel, I know I have some. You know what I'm going to say. The Ultramarines, right? They are the John Cena of Warhammer 40,000. They are the Superman of Warhammer 40,000. Even if things aren't their business, they inject themselves, and they turn up, and they resolve it for you. And they never lose. I find nothing more resentful than that. I want to see people like this guy on screen, right? I want to see them battered and bloody like everyone else. Why are they always perfect? Why are they always swanning in and winning? The Conor campaign, why did they win that? I understand it was a worldwide campaign, but fuck the results. Do what you want to do. You're the company, right? They win all the time. They're never in any danger. And any time I see the Ultramarines turn up in fiction, in books, in a battle report, in anything, I know they're not losing. If it's anything officially from Games Workshop. They remove the stakes entirely. And that's my main problem with them, okay? I don't hate them for what they are. I think they're perfect for what they are. They're empire builders, and these are guys who are, you know, holding the Imperium together. That's great. Okay, cool. But please do something interesting with them. Like, give them a flaw. Give them something to get our teeth into. Okay? Look at Gabriel Seth's words, okay? He doesn't trust the Primaris Marines straight away, because he thinks they're just Ultramarines coloured red. And that was the voice of the entire fan base as well. They didn't trust, and I still don't trust him, right? I'm a Grey Knights player, right? I don't trust Gilliman, I don't trust the Ultramarines, I don't like them very much. You know? Same as you know, the Space Wolves. I'm not a big fan of Space Wolves because I find them very arrogant and very up themselves and very we are the best, we are the best, we are the best. No one else counts. You know, I like the quiet authority the Grey Knights have. I like the quiet fact that they don't let anyone know they even exist, so they always go without praise. You know, I like that. Even though they could kick most, in canon, they could kick most of the Space Marine, and not most, all of the Space Marine chapters, right in the crotch. You know? But that's my opinion on Ultramarines, okay? Nice short video. That's why I'm not a big fan of them. Nothing against them in particular. They just remove the stakes. They remove the edge. They remove the grim darkness of the dark future of the 41st millennium. They're superheroes, and I don't feel like they belong most of the time. If they got down in the muck that this guy here, and they lost once in a while, and they had some interesting things thrown into their story, I'd be right behind it. What do you guys think? Are you guys fully on board with Ultramarines being as they are, or would you change them? And if you would change them, how would you change them? I'll update you on the situation moving forwards, but good to be back on the channel. I'll see you soon.